and welcome to my channel. My name's Emily, the Petite Beauty Blogger, and in today's video I'll be doing my makeup routine using makeup and techniques I don't like. Now before we get started on this video, please make sure you're subscribed because I come out with new videos every single week, and make sure you click the notification bell down below so you are notified of when those videos come out. Now, if you see my New Year's resolution video, I'll put it up here somewhere. I spoke about how in this new year I did want to be a bit more bolder with makeup and maybe a bit more open-minded. Now, this tutorial today, well, kind of a tutorial, I'm going to be using kind of products I don't like, or how I apply, or the way people apply them, or the technique. Now, just because I don't like them doesn't mean I don't like them for other people. I just don't necessarily think they suit me. Now, I have already primed because although not priming is something I hate, I'm not gonna mess my skin up like that. I'm not gonna be cruel. If you would like a video on explaining how primer works and why you should use it, then comment down below. I'm thinking of doing it, but I wasn't sure if people would actually watch it. So please comment down below if that's something you're interested in. Now, I'm gonna move on to foundation. Now, what I love with foundation is I love a full coverage foundation. It is my favourite. I like to completely cover my skin because I hate it. So what I don't like is very light coverage. I know some people love that, but I personally don't. I like to cake it on. Now, I would use a light coverage foundation, but unfortunately all my foundations I've got are full coverage. I normally go with my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter foundation in 145. That is my best friend, and these are all full coverage, so I'm just going to use less. Okay, so that is it done. I used a lot less foundation than I normally do, and I didn't like that. But what do you think? It's not as full coverage as it usually is, but it's not horrendous. It definitely feels a lot lighter. Now, these may be unpopular opinions to some, I don't know, but I have got a video on unpopular opinions, so I will put them up there somewhere. But what do you think? I've put on less foundation. So I will say as a disclaimer, not every product I use in this video I hate, like my Fenty Beauty foundation. I love it. It's not always the product, it's just the technique and how much or how little I put on. Now moving on to my concealer, and I will say there's not really much I don't like about concealer. I think you could apply it in so many different ways. You can use a sponge to blend it out, or your fingers, or a brush. So there's not really anything I dislike about concealer, but maybe I'll put on a lot less than I normally do because I have put on a lot less foundation than I normally do. So that's my concealer done. Now I'm going to move on to powder. Now normally when I do powder, because I'm wearing a lot of concealer, I do like to bake. I do like to put a lot of powder on just to make sure I'm set for the entire day. Now what I will do just very quickly is I will just do a light dusting all over my face of powder. Normally I'll bake and then leave it on to kind of set whilst I do my brows, but as I'm wearing less makeup today, we're going to apply less powder. Now I know this seems normal to some people, but for me it really is different because I usually have a lot of concealer on. I like to make sure it's set, so I'm just going to do a light dusting of powder all over my face, and then that's it. Okay, so that's all I'm doing. Now I know some people in the comments, they're probably thinking, bitch, this is just my normal makeup routine. Well, it's not mine, so I'm really trying to just be more open to different ways of doing makeup. I know how to do different ways of makeup. I do it on loads of different people when I go out for makeup jobs. That is fine. I can easily do it on other people. It's just I don't necessarily like it on me. Now I'm going to move on to contour. Now we all know I love a deep glowing contour. I apply a lot. So we're just going to try and do a lot less today. Now I'm going in with my Kiko Milano Waterflower Magic Bronzer in Warm Honey. Now this is a product that isn't my favourite. It's not that the product doesn't work, because it actually works really nicely. It just, it reeks. It's something to do with the chemicals. It just smells strongly, heavily of chemicals, and it's literally all I can smell. It just is overpowering. So I am going to apply that today, and I'm just going to try and apply it more at the back here. Okay, so I'm going to apply it using this Beauty Bay Glow Up kind of contour blending brush, and I'm not going to apply much at all because we are trying to do different today. And I'm not sure if I'm going to like it, but you know me, I like full oh, I like full on contour. Oh, I inhaled way too much of that. Be warned, it goes everywhere. I think that's all I'm doing. Oh, that makes me so sad. Okay, so there is my contour done. I've applied a lot less than what I normally do. I haven't applied it too far forward because usually I like to do that, but I haven't done that today. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to blush. Now I've got no problems with blush really, except I don't like too much. That's just for me anyway. It's taken me a while to get back into blush because for a while it wasn't really my favourite. I didn't think it suited me, so I only put usually a tiny bit on the apples of my cheeks, but because we are being different today, I'm going to go full on blush. Now I'm going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Blush Trio in Peachy Love. Now I'll explain why I'm using this one, because I'm not really a fan of peach colour. I don't really like it as a colour. I hate it on nail varnish. I hate it in makeup. It's just really not for me. And we're going to do some more peach later, so please stick around. I've got this Peachy Love. Actually, this is actually really adorable. Some of them do have sparkle in them, and I thought this would be really cute because I own a lot of pink blushes, so I thought why not give peach some love as well. So which one? I'm going to be bold and going with that middle one. It's probably going to be way too dark, and it is winter. These aren't very wintry colours, but these would be perfect for summer. Oof. And instead of just applying it to the apples of my cheeks, I am going to go all the way up and do full on blush. Even though I'm not a big fan of blush, I really want to get that Trixie Mattel Blush Trio, the new one, the Mod About You. It does actually look amazing, and it's kind of getting me in love with blush again. So I'm thinking of getting that. What do you think? Has anyone tried it? Is it any good? And of course I'm going to do the into my nose. I'm not usually into that end of the nose look, but it may change me. Okay, so moving on to brows now. I am going to go in with the Brow Microfiling pen. Now, I've mentioned this a few times in my videos. I actually really like this pen. I think it's so cool and different. It has got the 3 prongs right there, so it goes in with natural brow hairs. Now, I have used this on my channel quite a few times, so it's not necessarily something I hate. It's just I like a big brow. I normally go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills because I kind of like that thick brow. I used to have extreme thick brows until I had a waxing horror story where the beautician waxed off most of my eyebrows, and I had a 90s brow. And if you knew me as a child, you probably don't if you're here, I had the thickest brows, and it was a shock to the system, and they've just never grown back since, so they are a bit patchy. So this is actually good sometimes when I'm not wearing makeup to just fill in some of those patchy areas, but I'm usually wearing makeup, so it's a bit different to what I normally go in with. So okay, so my brows are done, and now I love this brow product because I believe for people that maybe don't have any brows, people that maybe have lost the hair on their brows, or people that are more natural than I am, like, it is great if you just want to add in some hair, some strokes. I do think it's great for that. I have used it on people that don't have any brow hair, and it's actually created a really gorgeous natural brow. Now for me, the Anastasia Beverly Hills is better in my opinion because it's more thick of a product, more pigmented, and with a eyebrow brush you can create more precision. Now with this you can't really draw with it. You can, just not as full on. So although I don't hate the product, it's not my favourite on me. Now, as I said before, I hate peach. I'm not a peach coloured person. I just don't think it suits me either. Like, I like usually bright pink things, or on the other end of the spectrum. So it's really not my favourite, and I don't actually, because I don't like peach, I don't actually own very many peachy things, but each of these palettes has kind of like one shade that can be, you know, used as peach. Now I've got this MAC one that I did actually make myself, and I'm a bit surprised. That one's kind of a bit peachy and it's shimmery and it is cute, but to be honest, I've never actually worn it. I had this made and I don't think I've actually properly used it, so it'll be fun to get into that, because I know MAC have some brilliant eyeshadows and products. And I've also got this Revolution Pro All That Glitters Looks eyeshadow palette. There is kind of like that burst shade, which isn't, it's not coming up on the camera as very peachy, but in life it is pretty peachy. It's coming out pretty orange on the camera, but trust me when I say it is peach. And for the last shadow, because I really don't own much peach shadows because I really don't like them, I'm going in with the Strawberry Shake palette, which I used the other day on one of my other videos. And just for a small transition, I'm going in with that very light kind of peachy colour. Now I know on camera these aren't coming off as peach, but in real life they are. And also I actually really love that Berry Fine. Now I said I didn't like peach, but that colour is speaking to my soul. It is stunning, so I'm definitely going to be using that one. So I'm going to move in and get started. Okay, so the first shade I'm going in with is that Paper Straw shade from the Strawberry Shake palette by Colourpop, and that is literally going to go all over my lid. You never know, at the end of this video I might be a peach lover, but for now it's staying in the trash. So now I'm going to go in with a deeper shadow, and I'm going in with the Revolution Pro All That Glitters, and I'm just going to go in with Burst right there, and that is going to go kind of in my crease right there. As this colour is darker, it's just going to add some depth. Or not. Kind of. Okay, I'm actually kind of living for the shadow. I've never used it before because obviously it's not me, but the shadow works fine. It's just the colour. Going in with my shimmer now, I am going to use my MAC now, and I'm just going to kind of use that shimmer right there, and I'm going to use kind of like a flat brush to apply it. Okay, don't love it, don't hate it. So I'm now going in back into that Strawberry Shake palette, and I'm going in with that Berry Shine shade, which I am actually obsessed with, even though it is peach. It's like a pinky orangey peach, and I'm just going to apply it in my crease. I am in love with that shade. Oh my god, that shade is absolutely stunning. It's not coming off as golden as it is in real life on the camera, but geez Louise, is that stunning. It is totally fixed this peach look, which I wasn't too sure on, but now, oh my god, I love it. I'm so excited, so I'm going to quickly do the other eye and then be back. Okay, so I've completed the shadow. Now what I will say is that shimmer in the Colourpop I was obsessed with. I'm not obsessed with all the other shades. They work perfectly as shadows, but it's just not me. Now I look at myself, I look like I'm in the bloody Renaissance. But now I am going to move on to liner. Now I am going to go in with pencil liner, because pencil liners really aren't my favourite unless they're going in the waterline or if they're smudging out at the bottom. Now with pencil liners, I never do it all the way in because my eyes are very small and beady. That is just going to completely close off my eyes. I usually like to keep it open just to brighten my eyes up, but as this is a look of things I don't like, we're going to have to do it. So for liner today, I'm going in with the LA Girl liner in black, and I'm just going to apply it everywhere. Oh, I hate this. I hate this so much. Now I like to go in with usually a liquid liner, because I have very hooded eyes. I sometimes feel like liners like this can print to the top of your lids, and I get very oily lids. I have very dry skin but very oily lids, so I don't like to use pencil liner as like normal liner. I like one that dries down and doesn't transfer. Now I was actually liking this eye look, even though it was peachy, I actually loved it. It was so different to what I normally wear, but now I'm having to go with this eyeliner. I have royally messed it up. I wanted to kind of go with a light and airy look today to go with the rest of my face, but that's not happening because it's a video on things I don't like. Okay, so the liner is done and it's completely ruined this look for me. Oh, I've got little pigeon eyes now and I hate it. So now I'm going to move on to mascara, and although I love mascara, when I usually do fancy looks for my channel, I always use lashes, but today we are not using lashes. But my eyes look so small. If you've got small eyes like I do, don't do eyeliner like this because you're just going to close your eyes and make them look 10 times smaller. Oh my god, I hate them. Moving on with mascara, I'm going in with the Lash Domination by Bare Minerals, and I'm just going to apply it, and that will be it for my eyes. Okay, so the mascara and lashes are done. Now I know at the start of this video I said I was going to be more open-minded about new makeup kind of applications and new makeup, like how I do things, but I will say with that liner, I'm not going to be open-minded about that one. That is going straight in the bin. I'm never doing this to my eyes again. I have fudged them. They just really don't look good. So let's get off that and try and think of something more positive. Now I'm going to move on to my lips. Now if you don't know, in my Makeup and Popular Opinions video I spoke about this. I'm not going to go into too much because watch the video. I definitely prefer a more matte kind of lip. I do kind of like glossy, just not as much, but what I am going to go in today is more of a satin finish lip. Now that is the most common, it's the most normal, that's the one that's been going for years and years and years, but I just don't think they suit me. I love a matte, and yes, I am going to be going in with a peachy lip. Okay, so the satin lip I am going in today is the Lancome Rouge in Love. It's one of these little mini ones. I don't actually own that many peach lipsticks because I did just organise all my makeup. There's a video for that. That's a video for everything on this channel. And I chucked away everything I just didn't want, and a few of those did go. I gave them to my mum, or I chucked them if they were too old. So this is actually the only one I do actually own that's peachy. So we're going to give it a go. Now, I do actually kind of like the Lancome lipsticks, but it's just the colour for me on this one. It's just really not me. It broke! No! And I've already started, so I've got to try and finish it with a broke lipstick. Oh god. Okay, so there is a lip done. It did break as I was applying it, which makes me hate it even more. It's just, I think the formula, it's just so satin, it's very slippy, which actually my lips could do with a bit of moisture, but it's not going to last if you're eating, like with a matte. Some matte you can get away with eating whatever you like and they stick. This is just going to come off straight away, and I'm not in love with that colour at all. That was actually a really hard application with a broken lip, but a good tip if you do actually have any broken lipsticks or anything like that is, or liners, this works with liners or lip liners, just put a little lighter to the end to melt it and then kind of hold it together, and it should mold back together. So there are some good things to come out of things breaking. You learn how to fix them. Okay, second to last step, I am going in with highlighter. Now, as always, I do go in my Makeup Revolution Ice, but we're not going to make it blinding today because I like blinding and this is a video of things I don't like. So I'm going to take my Spectrum brush, my highlighter palette, once, tap. There you go, that's all I'm doing. Once, tap. So I've literally got hardly any on at all, and I hate myself. Okay, now moving on to last product and last step of this tutorial, I'm going in with setting spray. Now we all know I love my setting spray, and usually on the back they give you information and instructions on how to use it. Now they usually say use like 3 to 5 pumps, but we don't do that. I don't do that. I usually do about 20 sprays on my face because I like to feel like my makeup is set, and plus I like the feeling of it spraying me. It just feels very cooling. I really enjoy that. But this is a video on things I don't like, so unfortunately I am going to have to listen to the advice on the back and just stick with 3 sprays, and that's going to be so hard for me. Let's get going. I hated that. It really felt like I only got it on here. Now it did say 3 to 5, so I'm going to be cheeky and just do one more. And I have got less makeup on today, so maybe it might work better, but I usually drench myself. Okay, so there is a completed look using products and makeup techniques I don't like. Now, I say don't like very loosely because the products I use today are actually products I like. It's just usually how much goes on and the colour. I put on a lot less foundation and concealer. I put on a lot less powder. Now I put on a lot more blush, which I think makes me look a bit clownish. I did my peach eyeshadow, which we all know I am not a peach gal. It's just not my favourite. But the shadow was cool until I did the liner. The liner is the thing I hate most about this look because it just makes my eyes look so small. They're pretty small anyway, and this makes them a lot worse. I only did mascara, I didn't put any lashes. I did very light brows, little to no highlighter, and little to no setting spray, and we can't forget the lipstick that broke as I was using it. So if that's not an indication that I hate it, then I don't know what is. Now I can't tell you whether I love this look or not. I'm gonna have to sit and stare at my face for a while and try and work out whether I love it or not, because it's kind of growing on me, just not. If the liner wasn't involved, I would probably kill this look. I would love it, but that liner has messed me up. Okay, so I'm off now. That is the video completed. Please comment down below any requests you have for any future videos, what you'd like to see from me, if there's any product you want me to review, because I'd love to review a product for you so you don't have to buy it if it is terrible. And please comment just anything you like. Also subscribe, because I come out with new videos every single week, and hit the notification bell to be notified of those videos. And you can always like my Instagram at Petite Beauty Blogger. You can also like my pro Facebook page, facebook.com/MUA by Emily, and you can also look at my pro website, which I will link in the description box down below. Now I can't thank you enough for joining me in this video today and watching me. If you are new here, then welcome. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you check out all my other ones, which I will put up here. And I'm very grateful for you watching. Always, thanks for watching. I hope to see you in my next video.